Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm bringing you another AR build, and this one is another AR pistol build with a 12.5 barrel. But I didn't go the Triarch route this time, and we'll get to that in a minute. So the whole point behind this 12.5 build is, as you guys know already, if you've been watching my stuff, my content, back in October, me and my son went to Oklahoma for a 2-day, it was basically a 3-day event, but a 2-day class, and rolled up into the whole deal. And even prior to going to that class, my son has always been infatuated with my 12.5 build, the other one that you guys have seen on here, and I will be doing a follow-up on that. So stay tuned. Once we got back, he really wanted to build a 12.5. My son's not 21 yet, so unfortunately he can't build it. He can't buy the upper and lower, or rather the lower receiver, because it constitutes an other. It's all BS basically, but he can't essentially build this or buy it. However, he can own it should it be gifted to him from a parent or a sibling, a direct sibling. You could check federal laws, which I did, and my state laws do allow for this. So what I did was decided that I would acquire all of the parts, show him how to build it by him actually doing the work, and I'll coach him through it, and then upon completion I would gift it to him. Stays in my possession at all times, but when we go to the range, he gets to shoot it, and it'll be his because I gifted it to him. And then once he turns 21, we can do the actual transfer, and which is not necessary, but it'll be in his name, you know. So but it is all legal. That being said, this one was really exciting because, as I already stated, I got to teach my son how to build an AR, and this is something he was really excited about. And to see him so excited about the build process, and to see the finishing product and that look in his eyes that, hey, I just did this, was pretty satisfying as a father and as a gun enthusiast. So without further ado, let's jump right into this. So we're going to start from the front, work our way to the rear. Up here, muzzle device is a standard A2 bird cage. No reason to go otherwise unless you have a specific preference, or you're running a can or something like that. In this particular case, you know, he does want to get a suppressor once he turns 21, so the A2 can live here until he figures out what he wants. Behind that is the crush washer. They don't come with a crush washer, at least this one didn't. This is from Expo Arms. I've used quite a bit of their stuff and never had a problem with this. So, I mean, it's a bird cage. How do you screw that up? The crush washer is from Strike Industries. That is attached to, and I don't know if you can see that in there, and they might not show it. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see it, but that is the Sage Dynamics K9 Patrol Barrel from Rosco Manufacturing. Very unique barrel. The taper profile, the gas length, which is a patrol gas length, it is their proprietary gas length, and it does come with the gas tube and the roll pin. So that is a plus. It's not an additional cost. The gas block is an Aero Precision low profile gas block, 0.750. That I had already on hand from a previous build, so we just repurposed it and saved a little bit of money there. Moving on back, the handguard here is a Midwest Industries Combat M-Lock handguard, and it is 11.5 inches long. I think that these are one of the most aesthetically pleasing handguards, and one of the nicest for the price point, especially when you find them on sale, and they go on sale often. Let's see. Moving on back, the upper and the lower are Aero Precision M4E1 receiver set. I've stated in the past on this channel that the M4E1 is, in my opinion, one of the best receiver sets that you can get for the money. They go on sale all the time. They're fairly affordable. and they give you the billet aesthetics while still maintaining that forging that adds to its rigidity and its strength. Very nice. Huge fan of Aero Precision and what they do. Yeah, it may not be top tier stuff, but the stuff that I do utilize from them has never failed me, so I continue to go to them. And they're one of the most cost effective because, you know, they produce everything in-house for the most part. So upper and lower M4E1s, I do like the upper because it does have that pin there that screws in for the forward assist, and on the lower it has the screw that goes right here, screwed in pin for the bolt catch bolt release, as well as in the back here, oh, just hit the camera, behind this plate, the rear takedown pin, the detent and spring is held captive with the little screw. So big fan of that, because there's times where I've had to take these off and you don't want to jettison a spring. So huge fan of Aero Precision there. Sorry about that. Continuing with the theme of Aero Precision, in the upper, Aero Precision M16 BCG with no logo. I have used these in the past, never had a problem with it. I currently have one now in my 12.5. That one does state that it's MPI and HPI tested, so magnetic particle inspected and high pressure inspected. So this one doesn't, just says MPI. So I do know, after having an email exchange with them, that their bolts are batch tested. So it looks like the one that I got was from the batch that was actually high pressure tested, or at least the one that was used in the high pressure testing with the proof load. And again, with the Aero Precision is the breech charging handle. So there you go. If it'll focus in, there you go. This is the one with the small latch. I am actually very impressed by this charging handle. It's really nice, aesthetically pleasing. I do prefer the smaller latch, even though it is a little bit larger than normal. But its design and its function so far have been really nice, and I may utilize these going forward in the future. I'm trying to think what else. I know that they have the gas busting wall up top here, and they will directionalize their the gas so it ports out that way. I think you can see that little piece there. There you go, that little spot. So there you go. That's the upper and its components. One thing that was cool about this receiver set is that the upper did come with the upper parts kit pre-installed, so that was pretty cool. Save a little bit of money there as well. The lower, I did get the lower parts kit from Aero Precision, minus the trigger components, the grip, and the guard, because it's not necessary with the M4E1 set. In the lower, the trigger is a Geissele G2S, which is Geissele's 2-stage. Very nice trigger. It's their most affordable trigger, and when you find them on sale, they go for really cheap. You can get them for as low as 90 bucks, which I picked up 2 of those at 90 bucks just a month ago, and just last week, and they were doing it again for 90 bucks. Really nice 2-stage trigger. I'm a huge fan of two stages in the M4 platform. But that's just my preference. I'm not going to say that you have to have it. That's just my personal preference. Moving on, the grip is a BCM Mod 3 grip. I think BCM makes the best pistol grip on the market, bar none. They're just the most comfortable in terms of ergonomically, its angle, and the way it feels in the hand. And aesthetically, it's one of the nicest ones too. So there is that. Let's see, where are we at now? Moving on forward to the receiver extension. That is by Ford Controls. It's their A5 buffer tube, which is really nice. It has these markings there so you can see all the different positions. Let's see if there you go. So you can see all your different positions. Really, really nice. I think I actually enjoy this one more so, or I like this one more so than the Triarch, which is only a 5 position, but it's weird how the 5 positions, you got 3 short ones and then 2 spaced out ones. This is really nice. And I may go with forward controls in the future. Moving on from there, the buffer and spring is a Veltor Veltor A5 spring and buffer kit, and the brace is a SB A3 brace, but it is a clone that I found on Amazon, and it's basically a 1-for-1 copy of my other SB A3s. I've had multiple of these. This is the only one that doesn't have a ton of rattle or slop. I mean, it's a really, really nice fit, and it's like a third of the cost. So I think I paid maybe 25 bucks for this or something like that. So that is the core of the build itself. Moving on to the attachments up front here. This is a Nightstick LGL 160. It's a 1400 lumen, I think at 2500 candela. It's a really nice light for the money. It comes with a bunch of stuff on the inside. 90% of it you don't use. It does come with a offset mount, except it would only really work with a pick, or if you have it set back and use the top pick mount. They do sell the offset 45-degree one, because although it looks like it's scout mount pattern, it's not. It's actually closer together than a regular scout mount. So you have to use their 45-degree M-lock mount. It's okay. You gotta use different screws because the ones that come with them are crap. And it's just an additional like 25 bucks for this thing, so kind of sucks there. But overall, it's a really nice light. We painted it to match the color scheme of the rifle, or the AR pistol. Moving on, what we have here is the Strike Industries version 2 M-lock rail covers. Again, this is mainly for aesthetics purposes, so they're really nice. I like them. And the cool thing about these are they're cheap, and if you're running off of barricades or stuff, this is going to take the impact and destroy these before you start gouging out or marring up your handguard. But really nice. Here we have the Magpul M-lock vertical grip. I am not a big fan of vertical grips. I'll run them if they're on there, but none of my rifles, aside from one, which is my 10-3, has a vertical grip, and the 10-3 you kind of need it because how short it is, and try to be a little bit more ergonomic when you're using it. Other than that, I'm not a big fan, but he likes the grips, so I picked one up and mounted it on for him. Moving on back to the iron sights. These are Magpul M-Bus 3 front sights, so you see that right there. That's the front and rear sight. Pretty affordable, and they're actually really nice. I think I definitely like these aesthetically more so than the original M-Bus. M-Bus Pros are still king to me. However, trying to save a little bit of money, we went with these, and these are actually really robust, really nice profile, aesthetically pleasing, and they work really well. So those are nice. And then to round out the last of the attachments is the Vortex Spark AR Gen 2. He likes the smaller optics, and I felt that would go perfectly with this build. Got it on sale, and it's not a bad optic. There's some things I like about it, some that I don't, and I will cover that in a separate review of its own. And lastly, there is the Magpul MS4 sling that I have here. This was mine. I gifted it to him, gave it to him for this so that he didn't have to go out and spend any money on it. My other 12.5, I was changing the sling, so I figured I'd just give this to him, and then I'll get the sling that I want for that. So that is the core of the build. Stay tuned, because I am going to be taking this to range. Actually, I already did, but I'll be going back for a specific reason, and I'll touch on that in the video. But I did do an accuracy test like I did in my previous video with the tri-arc barrel. So stick around. That might be the next video up. So let me know what you think of this build down below. I'm really proud of this build, again, for the reason that I got to build it with my son and show him how to build it. I mean, he completely built it himself. I just coached him through it. So really cool experience as a father and a 2A advocate, you know, and to see him look at it when it's finished and say, like, this is really cool, and that he had a lot of fun doing it. It was a pretty awesome experience for me. So stay tuned, more to come. That Rosco canine barrel will be tested, and stick around so you can see the results of that. All right. Have any questions, leave them down below. Have any comments, leave them down below. Any tips or just constructive criticism, you can leave that down below, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks.